I do want to mention a man who's done a very good job for us, Dr. Robert Redfield, was totally misquoted in the media on a statement about the fall season and the virus. Totally misquoted. I spoke to him. He said it was ridiculous. He was talking about the flu and corona coming together at the same time. And corona could be just some little flare-ups that we'll take care of. We're going to knock it out. We'll knock it out fast. But that's what he was referring to, coming together at the same time. And I think rather than waiting, I'd ask Dr. Redfield to come up and say a couple of words just to straighten that out, because he didn't say it was a big explosion. The headline in the Washington Post was totally inaccurate. The statement wasn't bad in the Post, but the headline was ridiculous, which is, as I say, that's fake news, and CNN is fake news like crazy, and they had just totally the wrong story, which they knew. They were asked to change it, and they wouldn't do that.
But
I don't know what to follow up. He was misquoted, totally misquoted. He said they could come together. They didn't talk about that. And his whole purpose in making the statement was to get a flu shot so that next fall we don't have such a big season of flu. And we possibly won't. But as you said, it's possible if the corona even comes back, and he doesn't know that it's going to, and neither do I. We spoke at great length. And I think the doctor will speak if you'd like to continue, but we may have some embers, and we're going to put them out, of corona. But we may have a big flu season. But that's different. Flu is very different from corona.
Can I ask you a follow-up question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Okay,
sure.
so Dr. Redfield, the Washington Post, which you did the interview with them, they quoted you as saying there's a possibility that the assault of the virus on our nation next winter will actually be even more difficult than the one we just went through. And when I've said this to others, they've kind of put their head back. They don't understand what I mean. We're going to have the flu epidemic and the coronavirus epidemic at the same time. Is that what you said to the Washington Post?
Yeah, that's what I was trying to say to you just a minute ago, that the issue that I was talking about being more difficult, is that we're going to have two viruses circulating at the same time. This spring that we just went through, February, we had a benefit of having the flu season ended. So we could use all our flu surveillance systems to say, whoops, this is coronavirus. We need to focus. Next fall and winter, we are going to have two viruses circulating. And we're going to have to distinguish between which is flu and which is the coronavirus. And so the comment that I made, it's more difficult. Doesn't mean it's going to be more impossible. Doesn't mean it's going to be more, as some people have said, worse. It just means it's more difficult.
But excuse me.
They may not even have corona coming back, just so you understand. Doctor, would you like
No, but I'm sorry, but that quote that I just read was accurate, right, sir? Because that's the quote from the Washington Post. You were accurately quoted, correct?
I'm accurately quoted in the Washington Post as difficult. But the headline was
inappropriate. What does the headline say?
Well,
read the headline.
The headline says CDC Director warns second wave of coronavirus is likely to be even more devastating. And isn't that
That's
correct?
not what he said. That's not what he said.
But if you have the two things
The
happening,
headline doesn't cover.
No, I actually think it's actually going to be, I think the American public is going to heed the request to relook at their vaccine hesitancy to vaccine with confidence for flu. And I'm confident that the public health infrastructure that we're putting together now across this country so that we can early case diagnose, isolate, and contact trace, as I say, block and tackle, block and tackle. That system is going to be there, and we're going to be able to contain this virus.
If you added up the testing of every nation in the world, put them together, we've done substantially more than that. You people aren't satisfied. So let's say we had 350 million people in the United States, right? Let's say. And if we gave every one of those people a test 10 times, so we gave 350 people a test 10 times, the fake news media would say, where's the 11th time? He didn't do his job. Trump didn't do his job. Because you have a lot of bad reporting out there. It's very sad. And it's so bad.
That's not true.
Well, you're one of the leaders of the bad reporting.
No, but that's not true.
Okay, let's get on to another subject.